So I wanted to make this video about, there's a lawsuit. Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney because they put Black Widow up on Disney Plus Premier Access. And she had in her contract that she had a portion of the profits from the theatrical release. So this is taking away some of that. So yeah, which I kind of get. But anyway, here's my problem with it, and what I want to make this video about. This is from people, somebody put it up on archive. Time's Up and other groups accuse Disney of, quote, gendered attack on Scarlett Johansson amid lawsuit. Then the female-led groups in Hollywood said Johansson was defending her contractual business rights and suing Disney for breach of contract. This came out the other day. She's receiving support from several female-led groups, blah, blah, all that kind of bullshit, whatever. You know what, basically they're saying that this gendered character attack has no place in a business dispute and contributes to an environment in which women and girls are perceived as less able than men to protect their own interests without facing ad hominem criticism. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And it goes on. Here's their little fucking bullshit statement. Okay. This is the part where she said she's alleging that the company breached her contract when it released Black Widow on the Disney Plus streaming service at the same time in the theaters. A spokesperson for the company said there is no merit whatsoever to this filing. This lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Disney has fully complied with Ms. Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date. Now, I'm not taking sides either way, but then, here's from her attorney. It goes on. It's no secret that they're releasing the films on Disney Plus to increase their subscriber count and all that stuff. But anyway, he talks some. But again, my biggest problem is the fact, and this is one of the things that I really freaking hate, is you got all these feminists who are like, well, we need to be equal to men. And then you criticize them for something, and the first fucking thing they do is, you're attacking me because I'm a woman. And I see this all the time everywhere. I even see it because I won't mention any of their names because I don't want to get into that. But I even see it from like a lot of these anti-SJW types that I follow on, like, say, Twitter or various other social media, where they'll be, the girl will be, says something along the lines of, I hate all this SJW stuff and blah blah blah. But then they say something, or somebody will criticize them, and the first friggin' thing out of their mouth is, I'm a woman. Do you have a problem with strong women? They'll say something, well, you can't handle a strong woman, blah, blah, and it'll just always be, every time they'll just hide behind their gender. I can't stand that shit. It's like, get out of here with that, man. It's ridiculous. If you want to be treated as equal, and I fully believe in equality between men and women, just as I fully believe in equality between white, black, brown, everybody. I believe in full equality, whether gay, straight, whatever it is. But it's like, if you believe in that, you got to take the good and the bad. So you're going to get criticized. If women want to be treated the same as men, they're going to be subject to the same criticisms that men get. It's just ridiculous. Every time a woman gets criticized, there's some people out there, no matter how valid the criticism is, and no matter, even if it has nothing to do with gender, like the criticism's got nothing to do with her gender, they'll still make it about her gender. Like this stuff with ScarJo. This has nothing to do with her gender. Like, Disney's attack on her had nothing to do with her gender. So why the hell are all these stupid feminist groups, which of course that's the answer right there, they're a bunch of stupid feminist groups, but why are they trying to make this a gender thing? And of course the easy answer, and it's how we know, is that they're trying to basically get support and sympathy from people. Which, number one, it's one actress going against a multi-billion-dollar corporation, one of the biggest companies in the world. I think a lot of people are automatically going to be on her side because they're going to say, what the hell? But anyway, that just really bothers me, that you can't criticize a woman without some of these idiot feminists saying things, oh, well, you're only attacking her because she's a woman. Even when it's got nothing to do with that, it's got jack to do with it, they'll still hide behind that. And it's even, I mean, and as bad as it is when the SJWs and the woke people do that, I find it even worse when the anti-SJW types do that. When they'll get some backlash or some criticism about something that they said or did or whatever, and the first friggin' thing they say, you're only saying that because I'm a woman. You know what? You got a problem with strong women? You know, you misogynist? You're a woman hater. And usually they'll try to, tie that person in to an SJW or whatever, because the whole like male feminist. Like male feminists are notorious for basically abusing women or beating women or whatever. They're the opposite of what they claim to be, which is, pretty common thing among a fair amount of people. Anyway, I just hate that. I did want to talk about another story real quick. I don't want to make an entire video about it, but this Amelia Clark has come out with her book, Mother of Madness, Mom. Here, apparently, is the first page from what I've seen people talking about. I just wanted to point out a few things. This is supposed to be in 2049. And she goes on, oh, I'm a high school dropout chemical engineer. Like, okay. If you're a high school dropout, how are you doing that? But whatever. Part-time sex worker, type of junk, all that kind of shit. And she's like, I like Ruth Bader Ginsburg speeches and Martha Stewart living in 2049. I enjoy more children's television shows than is probably healthy. Blah, blah, blah. And it goes on, on and on. And I made a pacifist run on Undertale. My first time through. Undertale is an indie game. It's been out for a while now in 2021. So 28 years later, this chick is playing Undertale. But whatever. And it just goes, it's just this wall of text. I hate when comics do this shit. Let's just have a whole wall of text. Let's just throw their whole life story at you right away. It's like, man, who gives a shit about that? Which I kind of like the artist. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I kind of like the art. But the story is so friggin' stupid. I don't know. Anyway, I'll go ahead and just wrap it up here. I don't know how much you guys, know about this comic or whatever, but I wouldn't advise reading it because it's stupid. Anyway, I'll go ahead and just wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.